Hey guys, it's Cook again. Yeah, part 2 of the pictures that I photographed in February 2021. I got 4 other images that I want to share the story with you with.
Can you tell me where I take number 6?
Sorry, I don't know.
Let's start with picture number 1. East Broadway, Manhattan. I wanted to share this picture with you because I just love the whole atmosphere of this picture. It's after the snowstorm and I like this because of the depth. Look in the far distance, you see the city, you know, going into like the light grays, which is great. I see a lot of, again, almost no sky, and what I see is all urban made except for the snow. I see the boxes in the foreground, which is kind of like a repetition of the buildings all the way in the distance. I see a bus passing by and stopping, and I see a man having a cigarette, and then a red box right in the middle. It's kind of like a picture from like Blade Runner or something like that. It feels from another time, and that's kind of like why I like this picture. It has just a good feel. Picture number 2. 125th Street, Manhattan. Yeah, we're gonna stick a little bit with the snow. This was one of the last days where the snow was falling in New York City, and man, look at this picture. I must say, you know, technically it's not such a special picture, but the image that is being portrayed here, it's like, man, this really makes your fantasy go wild. I posted this on social media and everybody was like, wow, wow. It looks like a creature. It looks like something dystopian from another time when like we were not able to be like walking outside anymore because of the toxic rain or something like that. People's imagination went wild with this picture, which I loved. That's the power of photography. And it is surreal. It's like, I passed by, I was looking at it, I was like, what the heck is this? And then you see like, it's actually a woman who's working hard to try to get the sleet, the frozen snow from the sidewalk. And in the back are her co-workers, and they look like, you know, it looks like a pack of like creatures. It's just, I just loved it. And I photographed it quickly. Yeah, there's not much I can say about it. That this is one of those images that creates stories, and that I find is one of the most powerful vices that a photograph can create. It creates stories that have nothing to do with reality. It's all in our heads. Picture number 3. Central Park West, Manhattan. And when the snow stopped, I thought, let me go to Central Park. Let me try to catch, before the snow leaves this year, something of the park. So at dawn, I jumped on the subway, went above ground, and here you see. This image, okay, so I walked out of the subway exit, out of the subway, and looked and saw this smoke on the sidewalk, the reflections of the light, because of, you know, the wet pavement. And then now I understand why I took this picture. At the moment when I take the picture, I just go with my gut feeling and try not to think at all, just photograph. And now I see like the division of this image, like how perfectly devised everything is. Look at all the divisions that I can like name right now. If I look at the image, you see the sky blue. You know, the city is slowly lighting up. You see the green of the exit posts from the subway station, and you know, when the whole light is lit, you know that the subway station is open. And then you see the red of the traffic lights, the white of the street lights. It's just like color-wise already perfect. But then you see also like, you know, the division of sky and land. You see the division of nature and urban, with the park on the right, the buildings on the left, the sky on top, the sidewalk. But also like, you know, I see, I'm standing on the sidewalk, there are cars, and there's a subway station, you know. It's all like this wonderful combination that makes everything fall in its place like a complete puzzle, which I love. Picture number 4, Riverside Drive, Manhattan. So these guys, I encountered them at the Riverside Drive. It's basically underneath the Henry Hudson Parkway. There's this beautiful metal structure. And these guys, they're from the neighborhood. They drive around, they ride around on their motorbikes. They make a lot of noise. Their bikes are all like, you know, put together. I walked into them and I started to photograph them. I didn't even ask, I just started photographing. And then one of the guys came up to me and was like, "Hey, what you doing?" And my first thought was like, oh, trouble starts. But far from that, these guys were wonderful. They loved being photographed. They asked me, "Do you have an Instagram account?" And you know, they right away checked me out. They wanted to be photographed. And this was the moment when I asked, "Hey, can I take a picture of the 3 of you?" And basically they were like making wheelies, because it's kind of like a quiet part of the street. It's the end of the street. And this was the position that they were in, didn't do anything. And then look at their attitude. I love that. When you know, they're like 16, 17 years old. It's that age that you like, you know, you don't want to be a kid anymore. You so want to be an adult, and all the things that come with it. It's all in this image. Look at their attitudes, the facade, the being tough. But this picture kind of like embodies that transition from childhood into maturity. So yeah, that's 4 pictures again from February 2021. Again, check out my website, postcardsfromnyc.com. Would be great if you take a look and let me know what you think about it. And otherwise, thanks for stopping by and for listening and looking, and wishing everybody well. Bye for now.